Oh, yeah, you better do that. You know, I always set off your Alexa.
Yeah.
What's up, man? I
Not
didn't put
much.
in my cap yet.
Oh, you got the dad on this week, huh?
Yeah, I got the dad on, man.
I thought about it, but I decided to go with the patriotic theme.
You ought to, and you know why? Let's show that patriotic theme because we are wellness warriors, right? And we'd like to wish you all a happy 4th of July and Independence Day.
Yes.
And don't forget, when you need to re up on your vitamins, choose ProCare. Look at that. We didn't even
I just grabbed the first one in front of me.
freaking love you, man. Take your calcium, ladies and gentlemen, at least twice a day, whatever your doctor recommends. I think I take too much calcium. We've had this conversation. I took 3 today already, and I'm gonna eat another one.
You're supposed to take, well, again, I don't know what your doctor's plan is, but at least when I started my program, it was three. But they said just drop down to two because I had sleeve and my calcium levels were just fine with just the two.
Well, I took 4 today, because they're good.
Well, we're not supposed to take them because they're good. We're supposed to take them because we need them.
I told you, we're not doctors here, therapists, and we're not nutritionists.
Speak for yourself. I'm an expert at everything now.
No.
No,
And
far
it's
from it.
funny you
I'm the
say
last
that.
one you need to listen to.
It's funny you say that because we're going to talk about that in this episode. How much time we got? 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes, Tony. Hold it down because I got to go put the dog away. She's crying and I can't have it. I'll be right back.
You see that? You see what he does? I've been dealing with this for 6 months now. Leaving me with him, all of you, was not a good idea. So, but anyways, so as we lead ourselves up, um, it is an amazing day. It is July 2nd. One more day of work for me, and then a 4-day weekend. So I'm excited about that. July 2nd marks the official, let's see, 7th month we are starting on Bari Experience. I'm not sure Rabb realizes this, but we've been doing this for 6 months now, brother.
It's longer than 6 months, isn't it?
Well, we completed our 6th month.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of month 7. So
Damn.
can you believe we are actually at 7 months now?
And we've been doing it. We've been going every week.
Yeah, we haven't missed a week.
We're going for it, man. It's crazy how
But
time flies
going
when you're
strong.
having.
Yeah,
Thanks,
no
y'all.
kidding. Speaking of having fun, be sure to tune in to our sister chat every Sunday with our friend and sister, BSG Bestie, on Talk Bari to Me. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. And don't forget to check out our friends Anna and Kate every other Monday at the same very times, 8 p.m. Eastern, with Barry Unfiltered. And then get your own flavor on Wednesday nights with the Barry sisters with Cara, Janae, and Bree every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, and that would be 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And then obviously Taco Tuesday belongs to the boys. Catch us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. What else we got going on there, brother? We have
Um,
Go ahead, my friend.
We, I'm super excited that in the future we're gonna have Embrace Life on with us, and they got
Yeah.
their podcast going on.
We won't say what the actual name is, but the F Y'all podcast.
Yeah,
Yes. So he tapes with CK, was it CT Fletcher?
E.T. Fletcher. Yeah,
He does what? He does his recordings on Wednesday and then he drops it at midnight on Friday at midnight into Saturday morning. So if you ever want to catch those, if not, they'll be up on his YouTube page, and I'm sure that you guys have been seeing plenty of material come out, at least on TikTok, with him promoting that. But be sure to check that out. He's already done one episode with Terry Crews, which is amazing. That was an amazing episode, and he just did a Q&A for their second episode. But he's got some. Well, they got some good guys lined up. I don't want to give anything away, but we did speak with him, and he's got some great stuff coming up. So be sure to tune into his podcast with his friend CT Fletcher on the F Y'all podcast
on YouTube. And while we're talking about YouTube, also, if you're not subscribing yet to the Bari Mail Experience and you're really interested in seeing some podcasts that you missed, go to the subscribe button on YouTube and hit us up. Yeah. We love all the support we can get.
And if you missed last month,
last
month was an absolute vibe. I'm telling you, that was actually, as nervous as we started off last month, those last few weeks, we had so much fun when we were able just to kind of relax and have and be ourselves and
let it be.
It was great. I had a great time.
We had to taste the rainbow. You know what I'm saying? And we had
Big D energy.
Big D energy. And that was the only way we were going to get through it. That was it. You can't beat them, join them. I feel like there's something else we're forgetting, man. Shout out to
100 men.
Yes. Yeah. 100 men at the bariatric retreat. Please. We're trying to get 100 men to show up for the bariatric retreat November 7th through the 10th.
At Paradise Point
yeah.
Resort in San Diego. And just booked my flight and hotel. So I will be there.
It's official. Oh, and we're going to have our own live talk show.
Yes.
Straight up. We're going to do a talk show at the retreat, man. It's going to be freaking awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. There's some great people up on that panel.
I'll pull the Montel Williams out there.
Sorry, there will be no baby revealing tests or anything up on that stage.
Nah. You
are not the father.
Ain't gonna happen. That's not happening.
No.
So it's that time, man. To revisit the very first episode.
Yeah, we're pretty much about halfway through. We're a little over halfway through, and what has changed? What hasn't? What have we accomplished? What haven't we accomplished? I feel like we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, it's funny. You sent me a text earlier and you were like, yo, have you watched the episode, the podcast? And I haven't. I haven't watched any of the podcasts that we've done. And we've had some really, really good ones.
I've watched some of them, and I went back and watched this one this morning. And I wish I wrote down notes, and I didn't. But of course, I did it while I was at work. I had an earbud in my ear. I'm sitting there with an instrument kit, and dude, there was so much stuff that just was like, oh, we're still talking about the same thing.
You think so?
I know so.
Yeah, but we've made some adjustments. We've made some
A
some
lot.
changes. Like we've established and met some of our goals. Our intentions completely for this platform was to be able to bring more men into the platform and have a space to share their feelings and what they're going through and their experiences after either surgery or their weight loss journey. We've connected, we had the opportunity, we haven't personally connected, but we were able to connect, the GLP-1 community alongside with the bariatric surgery community. And also, we're in talks with trying to bring in, people who are losing weight naturally, and we've said this before, and I had someone, I won't say her name, but yeah, I had someone argue with me the other night about bariatric means having the surgery, and it's just not, and I had no idea. But bariatric is anyone who is on a weight loss journey. It doesn't just have anything to just do with surgery. It has to do with anyone in a weight loss journey. So, and that just opened doors completely for us because now we're like, yo, all men, come on, let's do this, everybody. So, I mean, and that feels good. But let me backtrack a little bit, and I'm gonna set you up, Tony, because I did listen to the video and I did it in like 10 minutes. And and I I listened to like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes of it in the car on my way home. And then I listened to another, 10, 15 minutes. And the rest of the time was just as closing out, what have you.
Yeah.
But one thing that set out to me is that we were talking about goals. And we were talking about how to accomplish those goals. And the first thing I wanted to touch on is you wanted to lose, at that time, you wanted to get down to your goal. At the time, you were 10 months post op,
Hmm.
and I was 7 months post op. And I was 208 pounds. You were down 175 pounds.
Yeah.
Today, I didn't weigh myself today, but the last time I weighed myself, I was 195. So I almost lost 10 pounds in the past 6 months. So we all hear about everybody saying stall this, stall that, but I feel like my goals haven't even started. And we had this conversation because we're just, we're new to the game. We don't got years under our belt, but we both passed that threshold of a year.
Yeah.
And I can confidently say that the first year is just like, you're just losing the weight, you're learning your program, you're getting used to nutrition and the changes you need to make. After your first year, you start to but you start to settle down. And I'm in that stage right now where I'm starting to settle down, and I got a feel for my where my body's going and what more I can do. And I've come to find out that really it's no different than what it was when I was overweight. It's the same plan. So, but you at that time lost 175 pounds. How much have you lost so far today? 175? You're still at 175? What are you at?
So the last time, so I pretty much stopped going to the scale, and I have a feeling that a lot of the things that I decided that I was like, oh, I don't need to do that. I kind of went with like the trend,
Yeah,
hurt me.
it hurt you.
Yeah. So, all right, I stopped weighing my food, which I was very religious with. I stopped
Yeah,
weighing myself. I stopped weighing myself daily.
yeah.
So I started weighing myself like every like 3, sometimes a month. Well, mother effer, could you believe I put on 11 pounds?
You've put on.
So, but there is a but with that. So far, I have had my wife, I've had you, And I've had multiple people in this community tell me, "Oh my God, you've lost more weight. I can see it in your face."
And just like Amber said in the comments, muscle. Like
I
you've
don't
been
think I've
working.
put on. I have been working out, and that's the crazy thing about it. And I don't know if it's. I, I couldn't explain it. So my appetite has increased since I started working out more. Um, I mean, I after we had that initial live when we our launch, I was working out, and then I hit a dead stop at like for like a month and a half. Did not work out, and I was like, "Oh, this is bad." And then I slowly started to progress, and then I was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna go back to the gym." That didn't quite work, and that was that whole refocus of back to basics. I'm gonna start doing my home workout, and I really hit it hard. And like you guys saw it, I think I must have posted. I mean, I've still been working out. I haven't been posting lately, but I'm still working out. But there was like 30 something days of like back to basic shots. There was MOBA challenge that I was doing. We did some lives, or we did some lives right before we come on with BME, and we were doing MOBA challenge, or we were working out, or whatever. Um, Body composition has changed though. Like there is a definite difference, and I can see them in some of the photos. Like there's definitely more definition. I can see the definition in my arms. I can start to see the definition in the chest.
Yeah.
Um, but I put weight on. I
Yeah,
can't
but
explain it, and I can probably say that some of it has to do with my diet because I will be honest with you, I'm snacking like a whore. I really am.
yeah, and it's funny because when I was going through my stuff with my nutrition and not knowing what I should eat and how much am I eating or I'm not eating enough or I'm not making any I'm not meal prepping, so on and so forth. You used to get on me, man. You even sent me diets and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
this is one thing that we're putting in perspective here is that we got to practice what we preach, man.
yeah. And again, this is an up and down thing. It's an up and down because I feel like the both of us have yo-yoed with where we're going. Like I've seen you go from, oh, all I'm doing is eating processed food to starting to eat better. Then all of a sudden you're back to the processed food again, and now you're starting to eat better. I've done the same exact thing,
Yeah.
and I won't lie. I mean, I start, and I don't know if it. I want to say where I've really noticed the difference is when I left the hospital because I stopped walking on the stairs. Dude, I was doing 30 flights of stairs a day. You do 30 flights of stairs a day. I mean, you're gonna burn anything you eat. And I wasn't even snacking back then like that. But now that my job is there is no stairs at all. I'm like either in my little corner at my work, in my desk and stuff, doing my work, or I'm walking across the warehouse, which is very, very small compared to, a hospital campus that stretches, 3 city blocks.
Right.
So, I mean, there's a definite difference in, what I'm doing daily. And that was the refocus of trying to hit my workouts harder because I didn't feel good again. I was like, I don't, because I could definitely feel the difference of me being less mobile and stuff. And that's why I hit the workout so hard. And I like the workouts like this. I feel better about it. I feel better about like, all right, you know what? I have to, I have to refocus my mindset with eating again. I've gotten a little off track and I'll admit it. And then I feel like this happens to a lot of us. Again, we're just over a year. We haven't perfected this. I mean, this is a process, and there's gonna be struggles. I mean, we're a year out, yeah, but again, we're trying to find that balance still, and now as we head towards maintenance, which I'm gonna be 15 months, almost 16 months. I'm getting there. I'm gonna be hit. I'm basically going into maintenance. I plateaued back in December. I think I might have lost another 5 pounds, but then that was because of COVID, and I balanced right back out. I stayed steady for about 4 months, and I think pretty much since I left the hospital is when I put the weight back on.
So I
But
think this is one of the things, like one of the questions I would love to ask one of the doctors that we have come on in the future is like, the differences between RNY and VSG, because this is the difference. The difference is the restriction, of course, and what's done in the surgery. I mean, come on, I know that. But I'm talking about as far as restriction, because what would happen if I was able to eat the same amount? I would probably be in the same
yeah,
place. But would I? I don't know. And this is the differences between everybody's,
yeah. And
everybody's
again,
different.
it's tolerance, and I mean, again, I have nothing to hide. I'll be transparent with you guys. Like, all right, then yeah, I put on a little bit of weight, but this is again, I recognize this, and I know that more there needs to be more intent with what I'm doing. So basically, I'm the opposite of what I was doing 6, 7 months ago. I was eating the way I was supposed to, but I wasn't getting enough exercise. Now I'm getting the exercise, which I've like really ramped up with my workout, but now I'm not eating, and I'm trying to find that balance because yes, there is compared to what I could eat, when I was 10 months compared to where I was, now that it's 7 months later or whatever, there's a difference. I mean, my appetite is definitely different, and I've watched it change over especially over the last like at least 4 or 5 months. I want to say it was probably right around March is when I noticed it, is that my appetite had changed and I knew I could eat more. So
Yeah.
again, and it's also not being mindful. I mean, that's why the I was so hell bent on weighing all my food. I started to eyeball everything, and that's probably not the best practice for me because again, eyes are bigger than my stomach. It tastes good. I'm gonna put it down. So yeah, I think it's time to make adjustments. It's time to be more mindful. I mean, I got a whole summer to like really refocus myself where, it's nice out. I could be a lot more active than I can be in the winter. The nice weather is going to be here. We have retreat coming up. I want to look good for retreat. I might be there for a day, but I want to look good.
Yeah. The good thing that stands out the most to me though, Tony, is I think that 6 months ago, if you said the same thing you said tonight, it would have been a little bit different. It would have been more like, you would have been really hard on yourself.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about what you're talking about in regards to, gaining the weight or putting the weight on, um, I could feel and I could see the confidence in you that, man, I got this. I'm gonna turn this around. I'm
Well,
not the least
again,
bit worried about it.
D's already in the comments saying he'll hit him up in the DMs. Again, bro. I've already seen bro in his comments. He's already, dude. I've had so much support in this community
Mhm.
that if I didn't have this support, I'd be in trouble. I really would. But I
Yeah,
have people to hold me accountable. I have you to hold me accountable.
yeah,
I have myself to hold me accountable. So again, I mean, the ups and downs of this journey are going to come and go. And it's all a matter of making those adjustments and doing, the mindful thing of, what I need to do.
hmm.
So
And on top of that, the thing that I struggle the most with, well, that I show, you don't show a lot of, and you do, but nowhere near as much as I do, is that You touched on negative talk. We talked in that first episode. You had talked
Hmm.
about, yeah, we talked about waking up every morning and saying affirmations, positive affirmations to yourself in the mirror and getting rid of the negative talk. And it's so easy to come out and just say it. Like, for me, speaking of me personally, it's easier for me to come out and make some content in a video and say, hey, I got your back. I'm here for you if you need me. I love you, man. And support others. But as Jason had shared a couple weeks ago, we're so quick to to help others and reach out and speak for others, but we don't take the time for ourselves.
So I want you to go back and think to those comments and think about what was in that context of why, who recommended me to say those things in the mirror,
Right.
and who said, 7 months ago that this was going to be a goal of yours and that you were going to do it because you knew you needed it. And I think everyone in the comments pretty much has an idea of what I'm talking about. But again, finding yourself a therapist.
Which I have my first appointment on August 2nd.
And I'm
So,
proud of you.
so
I
I'm super,
really am.
I'm super happy about that. The whole talking in the mirror deal though is with me is when when I used to abuse narcotics when I was younger, there would get to a point in my life, or well, not a point in my life, but there would be a point where I had did too much. And I would go in the mirror and look myself like in my eyes in the mirror, and I'd be like, God, please don't take me now. Don't take me today. I want to live today. I got my kids. I know I messed up. I'll never do it again. And those are things that I used to say to myself when I was in the addiction with abusing narcotics. And that's where that comes from. It's like everything that we're doing here in our journey is no different than being in sobriety off of narcotics. And I use
But
what
what do you,
huh?
go ahead, finish your thought.
No, I just used those things that I did, and I didn't even think about it. I just did it unintentionally because I was scared I was getting ready to die. My heart was jumping out of my chest. My skin was turning gray. And I was scared, dude. I felt I was so messed up, and I didn't know if I was coming back. You know what I'm saying? So, what were
Yeah.
you gonna say though?
I was going to say that change the narrative. If you're going to go in front of the mirror and you have those negative incantations, like change the narrative. Thank you, Lord, for another day. Thank you for letting me wake up. Thank you for, you have another day on this green earth to make a difference in everyone's life. And you do that every day. You do that in this community. You do this in the people you interact with. I mean, you make efforts that beyond like what most people go through or go to those extents because you care about people and you have something to offer people. There's a reason why you're here. Be thankful. You have everything to be thankful for. You've given yourself another chance to fulfill what you're here to do. And like Bro
Yeah.
said, turn on some go-go and turn it loose.
Yeah, you're already vulnerable with us. Be comfortable doing it alone.
Yeah.
Ryan said his mantra. What is his mantra? Where is it? Where'd you go? My consistency outweighs my doubts.
Yeah.
Claudia, looking in the mirror and telling yourself you're going to crush it every day. Yeah. Nico, surround yourself with new people that align with your mindset. Yeah, I get it. I get it. No roach formed against me shall ever prosper.
Yes.
Yeah, but what if
Wise
the ro-
words.
what if the roach is yourself? You know, and that was
Yeah.
the other thing that we talked about. We've continued to talk about over and over and over again, and we still talk about it to this day in most of our conversations and when we speak with other people in these lives is learning to set the goal to love yourself, man.
Yes.
I watched
So,
this guy. I watched this guy. I forgot his name real quick. I didn't mean to cut you off.
not bad.
But I watched this guy real quick on IG, and he's like, you gotta love yourself. I forgot his name. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're eating this way. You're drinking that. You're putting this time into this and that, but you're not putting time into yourself.
I
You
don't know.
gotta
Did
love.
I just get a text saying major mantras or something?
Yeah, I missed that. But what were you gonna say?
So I actually lost my train of thought because of that.
Yeah.
But like we talked about like hitting these goals and what were going to be the mechanisms by which we follow through with these. So there I've talked about things that I haven't done, but you for yourself, you've talked about working out and being consistent. And again, and I won't say that I've been a model of consistency myself with the workout, but the both of us, I think we finally hit our groove.
I think so too.
I think a lot of it has to do with how we did it and who we can thank for a lot of this stuff is are the people in this community because we found our niche with jumping on board all these challenges.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the accountability video that goes along with it and holding yourself accountable to say, hey, you know what? I need to post something. I think in just feeling like being a part of something helps you like, hey, you know what? I'm a part of this. We're all doing this together. You're not alone in this journey. And like just, weight loss Claudio, bro, Carlos, um, Moba Sherry, everyone just like Danny with the 5K, whatever the 5K around the world thing. Like everyone has something going on where and there aren't like and there's no expectation to say, hey, you didn't hit your goal today. There's none of that. It's encouragement. It's like, hey, you know what? You can still do this. I mean, we watched I remember Murph when he started the push-up challenge almost a month ago. Yeah, I really don't, I really haven't been great at doing push-ups or anything. And he did push-ups off the countertops, off sofas, off tables. And he legit started posting videos of him on the floor doing straight push-ups, which is great. And it's encouraging because he's showing like, again, it's progress. And it shows people that, you know what, you don't need to, everyone starts off from somewhere. And you might feel like, oh, I can't do this. Yeah, you can't do this now, but who's to say you can't do this later? I posted a whole thing about doing a plank. I couldn't even hold my plank when I started the whole MOBA share that whole MOBA challenge last month. I tried to do a plank because I somehow commented on her plankety plank challenge there, opening my big mouth, which was probably the best thing I ever did. It's like, oh yeah, that looks cool. Oh, you're gonna do it, huh? And I couldn't like really look like a Mitch and say no at that point. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I did a plank that night and I was like, I'm lucky if I even held the thing for 30 seconds. I don't even think it was 30 seconds. And I was like, what did I get myself into? And legit, the last day of the month, I did it for a minute 30. So again, like you don't know where That's a minute 30. I straight up like, held a plank for a minute longer or a minute 10 longer, whatever it was. Again, big accomplishment for me, might not be for others, but again, it's not about what other people are doing. It's about what you're able to do, and it shows progress.
Yeah,
Again, if I can,
like Claudio said, 1% better every day.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's each day there is room for improvement if you put the effort into it. And you are able to accomplish more the more you try. You'll never accomplish anything if you don't try. And I think a lot of people that that it's that mindset where and it doesn't have to be doing a plank, and it doesn't have, but it's anything that we do. It's eating right. You know that you need to eat right. All right, make the effort. If you want to make sure that you're taking your vitamins, do something. Make the effort to take your vitamins. Set a schedule. Do those little things, a little accomplishing goals, so you can get to the bigger goal. And that was the big thing and the big affirmation from our first show was little goals, bigger accomplishment.
I like what Dee said. As long as I can lay my head down at night and know that I've done all I can, is all that matters.
Exactly.
Um, I Another thing that we had talked about was being so disorganized, and the goal was to become organized. Being disorganized and becoming organized. Like for me, I feel like I feel like I'm organized like hell. But that's when it comes to like, yeah, that comes to when it's like folding my laundry or putting things away or tidying up things. I gotta have everything in a row. Everything's gotta be pop, pop, pop. But it's not that way when it comes to what I do on a daily basis. Like I have my routines every day, but I can make time for things that I need to for myself to make myself 1% better, like Claudio said. And I'm not doing it.
Time management, my friend.
It's not even time management. It's actually like,
Making time?
shh, Anna just messed me up with that one. What you? Yeah, it wasn't organized, but that's different. I'm not talking about that. My new car's organized.
For now,
Yeah,
I've been in your old car.
but no, it's not even time management for me. It's like because I got the time, I'm just not doing it, and it's like I'm gonna tell
So
you
it's
what it
effort.
is, huh?
It's effort.
I feel like it's still just being so used to being okay with being lazy and being overweight and just not doing it and not moving.
Well, you got plenty of time to add it to your routine. You found a way to put workouts in, even if it is just, doing it at home and not going to the gym. You found a way to fit in some type of routine for physical activity.
Yeah.
Again, and this is another big thing is you and I both said, we're going to the gym this year. We're still waiting, right?
Yeah.
But again, we didn't make an excuse to say, well, I can't go to the gym. I'm not going to do anything. I'm doing something. I'm getting results. I'm seeing results. I know you're definitely, you can see it now.
Yeah, I'm starting to see some results. It's happening. Um and it's just been like I've been doing the whole push-up game, but I wasn't doing it every single day like I really wanted to, but I've been doing this last challenge, and I just can't wait to see where I'm at when the next 22 days is up. So it's definitely freaking
Keep
helpful.
doing it, man. I'm telling you, it's all of those little things that you do extra that benefit you. and do those little extra things. Add them to your routine. Add them to your, and even if you have to build it up, even if it's not every day, all right, I'm going to do this on Monday. Do it on a Wednesday. All right, do it on a Friday.
Like
Then
Ryan,
keep adding.
right? And that lines up with what Ryan just said. Do you feel your results? I have learned that if I feel great, then I know the results are happening.
Yeah, and it motivates you more.
Yeah, but those push-ups, still like I can do 30 push-ups straight. I can give you a 30 block straight. I can't give you a 50 block straight. I can give you a 30, but I've been doing 30 for so long, and it's like still when I count, it just makes it harder, man. I just rather just do, but
You
30.
remember when we did 30 and you had me do 30 and I couldn't do the 30 straight?
Mhm.
Was it the funniest 30 that we've probably done together? Yeah, it was.
But we
And
got it done.
we got it done. And it made it less painful and it made it less like, it was at the point where I was just like, oh, I can't do 30 straight. But you know what? I don't care. It was funny. We had a good time doing push-ups on videos in front of everyone. Whatever. It was a good time. It was funny. I got it done though. And that's all that counts is that we got it done. I got it done with you there. So, I mean, it's those little things like if there's such a tight group of people in here. We all have our little circles. Do those little things with each other. We have these little groups. Work out with each other on here. Or just go onto a FaceTime call if you guys want to go for walks together. I see tons of people do walks together on here. They do walks. There are people that do workouts. There are people that hold workouts. And I know that I've seen Bro and Rissa in the gym on here.
Yeah.
And there's little things. I Miss Mary. She used to hold a workout for everyone every single morning. Now she's a personal trainer. She does her thing.
I thought about that, man. I thought about something in that's aligned with how I'm living my life. Could I get in that type of profession this late in my life? And I know I can. It's never too late. I know that, but just actually doing it and getting motivated and getting it done. I've been thinking about doing something like that.
I don't know. You've been doing it at what 6 o'clock every day on Barry Mill Experience.
6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
I don't know. You're kind of doing it right now. I mean, you're not professionally, but you know what? You're holding an accountability group that people go in and they don't have to do it on camera.
Yeah, and our very own Miss Lady Mia has been hanging out with me and getting it done.
I saw that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Shout out to Mia. It is the halftime, y'all. A little bit past, but shout out to Miss Lady Mia in the comments, one of our moderators who is consistently helping us get through our shit. And Maria, I can't thank you enough for that and being there for Barry Mill Experiences as much as you have been, alongside with our sister chat, Talk Barry to Me, VSG Bestie. We appreciate you to the utmost. And I'm going to tell you right now, sis, you got to meet me at 5 o'clock. Don't think I didn't see that video you put up, because I saw it. I just didn't say nothing. Meet me in the video and let's get this done together, love. We're here for you, sis. Tony, you want to give the halftime spew?
The halftime. Oh, rah speech.
Yeah.
Go team.
Go
BME.
team. That's it.
No, again, every Sunday, tune into our sister chat. Talk Barry to Me with our sister, VSG Bestie. And don't forget that BME has a push for 100 men to help Bariatric Bro and Bariatric Society get 100 men to the bariatric retreat this November, November 7th through the 10th in San Diego, California at Paradise Point Resort. Rabb and I will be there. We'll be hosting a BME, basically a BME episode almost. We're going to be doing talk show vibes and everything. and it's going to be quite the event. I'm actually really excited. This will be something that we have never ever done before, and actually, now that we talk about that, that actually leads to where you say one of your goals was public speaking that you wanted to accomplish this year. And
Yeah,
that is actually some public speaking, my friend. So I think we're going to hit that goal towards the end of the year, which
I
is an
think
actually
so.
really cool thing.
I
And
think so.
other goals that we wanted for BME was to have doctors and therapists. And I know that we haven't quite hit the mark with the doctors, but we're going to have a doctor up on that panel up on stage with us in bariatric retreat. But one person we have made contact with and connected with and has been a very integral part in what BME has been a part of for the past, I want to say the last few months now since we've met him and connected, um, and has become a face within the community is Fadeaway Ryan. And if none of you saw the at least a half hour live yesterday, which was the mental health shop talk that we have every first Monday of the month, um, really, yesterday was a good day. And everything that happens in that Zoom stays in that Zoom. But I will say that there was some deep talk in there. And there are definitely like connections where men are able to share their feelings and talk about what they need to talk about. um I had some real moments in there yesterday. So but I'm glad that I have the people that were there last night that I know are in my corner, and I want to let all of you know that were in my corner and checking in on me last night that things are a-okay. I got some great news today.
Of
So
course you did.
I appreciate everyone that reached out and gave out those positive vibes and everything. That meant a lot to me, and it goes a long way. And it's good to know that I have brothers out in this community.
Yeah, that's it's like when we put this, like when we talk to Barry mother, and she's in the comments, and we've had the conversation about, she stomped her feet and pulled her stick out and said, hey, you know it's time for the men to step up. Y'all got to do something. And me and you had hooked up, and we talked, and we reached out to VSG Bestie and Anna, and we had our conversation about, the panel that at the time Very Intentional had with the males on the panel,
Yep.
and how deep that conversation was and what it meant to us men in the community, pulling, being a part of pulling the men together, because we're not responsible for any of that. Because I have to say, and I'm going to say it over and over again, and any of you all can disagree, but it's cool. If it wasn't for the woman in this community, there would not be a buried male experience.
No,
Um,
not at all.
and with that support and helping us men, the 20% of us in this community, hold our heads together as much as we possibly can, despite the relationship issues that we might have because of it. We really appreciate you, the woman in this community, for helping us and giving us that crutch to lean on to help us form and put together a platform and stand up for ourselves and stay true to, you know, our existence as men in the bariatric community, to become vulnerable and share our experiences and stories together, to put groups like that with Fadeaway Ryan together.
Yeah.
Man, that speaks volumes. So when we're talking about goals, when Tony and I were talking about goals, this is like we're exceeding our goals because we're meeting our goals. Like we're overextending. Like we're going to the bariatric retreat, and bariatric bro asked us to do a a talk show. Me and Tony, a talk. We don't know. We're not professionals. We're just two guys who love y'all and just trying to show love and sharing our experiences. We don't know what the hell we're doing, but we're doing it. And love always wins. I say it over and over again. And I can't stress to you all, like Tony said about the group that we had yesterday. It was stronger
Yeah.
yesterday than it was the first month, and so on and so forth. I mean, there were people in the group that aren't even on a weight loss journey. And that's what we're talking about because all we want in this community from being obese and overweight and overlooked and not accepted is to be seen and accepted. And man, it just feels good.
If you told me everything that we just like we talked about, like the things that BME is doing right now, and like just like where we're at, if you told me this in December when the concept of this like kind of came to fruition, I mean, we honestly like I think the men's panel for Barry Intentional was in November. It was either October or November. This thing BME took months in planning from the time we revealed it like behind the scenes and talked about it, and then like what we did to try to build it like before we even went live, and just like where it's gone. And I mean, it's only 7 months. And yeah, we talk about like, and I know we get caught up in certain things. We talk about every once in a while we get caught up like, oh, the followers, oh, all we're the visibility, like eh,
We're not doing enough.
exactly. Like there are moments where we beat ourselves up, but like there are little things that draw us right back in to say this is all worth it. And days like yesterday, the like men's mental health shop talk, things like that, things like we're out in New Jersey and Matt out of the blue is just like, I watch BME. You're Rab, right? Like out of the blue, and like the little negative things like I just don't think we're doing enough. Jay Salazar in New Jersey talking to me and just saying I came because you guys came. And I'm like, it's those crazy little things. Bro reaching out to us and saying, hey, I really think it would be great and if you guys could do something bariatric retreat. I had no plans on going at all because I was like, it's not in the cards. But it's happening. We're making it happen.
Feels
I knew
good,
you.
y'all. I love
I knew
y'all.
you were gonna throw that up there.
I love every moment of it, man.
Yeah, I know you. This has been 7 months of just a whirlwind of, and we've covered a lot of things over the last 7 months. And I'm happy to say that, like, well, we got what, 24 people in here? I mean, we have a consistent, like, crowd of people that support us week in and week out. And I know that I do a little post every week saying thank you. It means a lot. But for real, it really does mean a lot. Everyone that shows up every single week and shows their love, that you guys listen to what we have to say. We really want to share our journey, and not just our journey, but the people that we showcase and highlight in the community. Because again, what, we were the only only 4 or 5 of us in this community when I first came in here. I didn't know many guys, and
Yeah.
now look at all the people that we've had come onto a panel and talk to us, or we've highlighted, in some type of interview. I don't have enough fingers and toes now to count like the amount of guys that are like thriving in this community, and people and guys that are actually active in the community and sharing their journey. And I see more guys up on panels now than I have ever seen before. And it I would love to say that we've helped do that and we've helped bring that to light. I don't know if we have, but
Yeah.
I'd like to think we play a part in that.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people, especially the women in this community, have said, "Hey, I have this guy friend. I sent him your way," or "Hey, this guy, he's brand new in this community. I should reach out to him." They'll hit us up in the DMs and send us their TikTok handles.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And if you all haven't noticed, any male or men that send me a DM or me and Tony a DM in Barry Mail Experience, we're reposting everything. We repost anything and everything. If you know of any males that you could share with us and send us our way, we just really want to build a community of men and give them a place and a platform. If they just don't know, even if like they have their own already, the more the merrier. We support that,
Yeah.
and we'd love to have more of the men in the community directed our way. So if
Even
27 of y'all know some more bariatric male, and remember, this isn't just about surgery. This is about, GLP-1s. This is about natural. This is any and everything. Whatever, we'd love to have them a part of what we're building here. So.
yeah.
Yeah, Nico, I saw that, man. There's one that I followed. It's the bariatric men's group. It's got like 7,000 men on there. And I can't get in touch with the administrators on there because they don't respond, and then they have it set up where we can't share the Barry Mel experience on there. It's
I was denied.
yeah. I snuck a post by them the other day, but it's again, it's just really hard, and I can't believe you were denied. That's ridiculous.
Oh, but I thought it was hilarious when I got you've been it's been declined.
Yep, and VSG Bessie, just like she said in the comments, replays will be a great place to direct them to, as
Yeah.
well as subscribing to the YouTube page, y'all. So,
And honestly, I don't mean to cut you off.
mm-mm.
Go back and watch our launch video. Watch that first episode. You'll also see the dynamic of how Rab and I like started, and a lot of like when I talked, I was like,
Yeah, we were nervous as heck.
yeah, we were. But you can see like just how far we've come and how far we've progressed as far as like how we conduct ourselves on the show. We still talk over each other, which is
Yeah,
still funny because we
yeah,
always have something to say.
we probably
But
always will. That's
definitely catch those replays, man. I'm telling you, those. I know you, Rab, you don't watch the replays, but every once in a while, I like to go back and look at certain ones because I'll think of it and I'll be like, what was that moment that had? Go back, watch them.
you know
Some
it's
of them, they're really good. Some of them are really, really just like, oh my God, I forgot that happened.
Yeah, what's cool is that you don't have to watch them. I mean, if you're in your car and you have the auxiliary cord or the
Yes,
whatever it is that
it's
you
a
have
podcast.
Bluetooth, it's straight up podcast, man.
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah, yeah, it's lots of fun. We're at 752, Tony. Thank you all for all the likes. 29,000. We could possibly meet 30,000. Tap, tap, tap my
Yeah.
forehead, my nose.
I've already watched our replay. I watch our replay was so good, dude. I went back and watched it the very next day.
Which one?
The one with D,
Oh, did you
Big
watch
D
this?
Energy, dude. You're damn right. I watched it the very next day. I had so much fun on that on that one. It was so it was great.
Yeah, that was a good conversation, man. I enjoyed that thoroughly. D's cool as hell in person too, man.
He
Like
is.
If I see D at the meetup, I'm good because now know everybody. So now I'm comfortable. The last meetup I went to in Dallas was wild because I went in there and spent a little money, got some drinks in me, and I made sure that I stepped out of my zone and I made sure that I freaking said hi and introduced myself to every single person. And I plan on doing the same thing at the retreat. Yeah, Jason, I don't, man. I don't go back and look at my at our replays either. I just don't. I don't because
You know why? Because you'll pick yourself apart.
yeah, I'll pick myself apart.
But I take it for what it is.
Yeah.
There are certain things I'm like, oh my god, what was I doing then?
Right. And speaking of Jason, the Barry Nation, if you all don't know what's going on with Barry Nation, hop on over to Barry Nation and check them out. They got a huge support for the bariatric community. I mean, they have professionals involved, they have groups, they have meetings, meetups, everything bariatrics is going on there, and it's a very safe and comfortable place to be. I try to get there every Saturday, but every once in a while I can't. Jason
Yeah.
put in the comments barrynation.mn.co. Check
Yes.
them out. It's a good place to be. I love
And
it.
don't forget, we have an episode that we have a replay that you could watch that episode too if you
Yep.
go to YouTube. And that
Yep.
was a great episode. A lot of information about Barry Nation.
Yep.
That was my introduction to everything. And I was like, I have to go check this out now. And I
Hmm.
know that we definitely made a post about how the impression of Barry on us when we actually visited and got the tour of it.
Yeah, it was good stuff. I loved it,
And we're
and
still members.
still subscribing. Absolutely. Yeah. So where are we at? We got 754,
Yeah,
thirty-two
754.
thousand, almost 33,000 likes. I hope you all drink your fluids.
Dude,
Don't
I'm killing it right now.
talk Barry to me this Sunday with RNY Craig and bariatric warrior Stephanie.
Oh my god, that's gonna be such a good episode.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday with VSG Bestie Talk Barry to me. Every other Monday with Barry
Unfiltered with
Unfiltered with
Anna
Anna
and Kate.
and Kate at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Taco Tuesday with Tony and myself, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Wednesdays, every other Wednesday, the Barry Sisters at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. So that would be 8:30 Pacific Time. Wouldn't it be?
8:30 Eastern.
Eastern Time, 8:30 Eastern Time with Barry Sisters. Then you have the waiting table going on at 9 o'clock p.m. on IG or on TikTok. They're on TikTok too, I think.
Yeah. TikTok. Barry Nation's got the struggle bus on Tuesdays.
Yeah, at 7 p.m.
Yes. Bariatric Society has their talks with Dr. G
On
on
Mondays
Tuesdays
and
as well.
Tuesdays. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
A
It's
lot
good
of good
stuff.
stuff in this community. It's out there. You just need to go, we'll tell you about it. You just need to go and watch that stuff. I'm telling you
Yeah,
that there are so many great things in this community. And yes, we want you guys to come watch every Tuesday. Come watch BME. But again, we'd be doing you a disservice if we weren't telling you about all the other great things and all the
yeah,
other great people in this community because they do so much for us.
yeah.
And there I go again.
That's cool.
there, there's so many great people in this community, and they do so much so many great things for everyone in this community. So the resources are out there, the people are out there, the support is out there. You
Yeah.
just need to go out there and receive it. That's it.
And most of it begins with you all, it's you all in the comments that are,
Making those impacts.
yeah,
And I always say that my greatest impact was in the comments. not being up here on camera. It was being in the comments, especially whether it was in very intentional cheerleading everyone or it was in anybody's lives, whether it was in JoJo's or whether it was in Kara's or just whole grain oats, anybody's lives that I used to go into and just be present in those lives and those comments and just helping, share my journey or to share resources, and just being there for support for everyone. Those the greatest. That's the greatest impact you can have is just being there to support people, and you don't need to be up on camera to be a support person.
Nope. And you don't have to make content either. You don't. Just, if you're feeling supported and you're feeling loved, show the love back, and it's just it's just huge, and we appreciate it. Again, 36,000 likes. We appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Taco Tuesday. Me and Tony will be right back at it. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If y'all want to come hang out with me, 5 p.m. Central Time every day to do the challenge, to work out, to get moving. You don't
Are
have
we gonna
to.
swap back and forth?
What do you mean?
I'm not used to being on this side of the screen.
Well, when my other account gets unbananered, we be all right.
I had to put that out there because I just wanted to give you crap about it.
Oh man, I'll be back on third. WT Barry. What the bariatrics going on around here? We love y'all. See y'all next Tuesday,
Love you
8 p.m.
guys.
Eastern Standard Time. Where's the next live? It's gonna be here, Barry Mail Experience, next Tuesday, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you miss us, we're on subscribe to YouTube. We're sitting right there waiting on you. Peace.
Love.